see. I'm going to take that right about here. Trim that right there. Hey, welcome back to Bigsy's Garage. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe, give us a like, share us with your friends, and we're always interested in what you have to say, so comment below. Today, we're going to do a little bit of planning. I'm going to show you what I have in mind for this beast of a bike. You're still watching, so you must be interested in what we have in store for this. A lot of what I've got to do is show you is going to happen on the computer because I've taken some measurements, taken some pictures, created some drawings, and made some kind of little illustrations, animations to show you what I have in store for this motorcycle. Because we're still waiting on parts, we still got to buy an engine to replace the old engine that is now taking residence on the bottom shelf of my workbench. We got some downtime and things that we need to do to start planning ahead for this. So anyways, as you've seen, I've taken right here, originally this part comes out like this because this is where the handrail, when the shadows, this particular shadow was made, there was a partner seat or a rider seat that went up here, and then there was these chrome parts that come out that you would hold on to if you were too shy to hold on to the driver. I cut it off because originally I was going to keep those big old spring suspension back here, which it would go from here to here. Then I got this really cool idea in my head that I was going to do something else and I didn't need those springs, and we'll see that in a few minutes. So I went ahead and grinded this off, lost the bolt over here. No, it's over there in my junk pile. But anyways, I decided we're not going to do that. We're going to do something different. I decided what we'll do is we'll cut this off since we're not going to need it. We're going to have a single bobber style seat right here, a little pan. Probably going to get it upholstered and everything like that, so it's a little comfortable on this old guy's behind. But we don't need this part sticking out here, so we're going to trim that back, and then we'll fabricate a cap to cap that all off with. But you know what? Let's just let's just go over here to the computer and show you what I'm talking about. The frame. We have the tire. I don't know what I'm going to do yet with the forks. I may use the original forks, or we may go in and I hear rumor that TJ Brutal Customs has a Springer front end that they are working on for the 750. We know that I will be getting an engine, and I'm going to be blacking it out as much as I can. We also have other things that I'm going to be putting on this is a battery box. It's going to be stowed right underneath as far down as I can. So right there. We are also going to have some, let's find some of these things. So forward control extensions. So it's going to extend the foot pegs and everything forward more, because right now, or before I start breaking it down, my seated position, my legs were kind of up like this and over, and I wanted my legs to be out forward more. Not ridiculously forward, but forward a little bit more on the frame. So we're going to do some forward control extensions. We're going to get one of the TJ Brutal Customs electronics boxes that look like the old Harley oil tank. That's going to house all of the electronics. Inside there, I'm going to be getting the M-Unit Blue, which is a computerized module that helps really limit the amount of wiring you need to do to get things done. And in fact, what's going to happen is there'll be one single wire going from the M unit, which will be housed in here, all the way up into the handlebars. And then the handlebars will have another unit in there that will translate what buttons are pushed and send that signal down that one wire to the M unit, and then it will trigger whatever needs to be triggered. So it's, turn signals or horns or headlights and things like that, starter. The whole engine will be controlled with it. The only thing left from the original motorcycle, which I'll be buying new of anyways, is the rectifier and also the solenoids and things like that. So there's a couple things that you obviously can't do without. But nonetheless, that's where all the electronic components are going to be living. Now, we do know that I have this really cool tank that is being completed right now. I don't know what he has done to it other than what I've showed you with the grind art flames in orange. And then he's got that black, but he's going to be doing some other types of stuff in there. Of course, you can't get around without a seat, so we're going to have the traditional bobber style type seat. This is just the pan represented here, but we're also going to be getting that upholstered with some leather, and I'm considering doing the diamond pattern on the seat. Make it comfortable. Get those springs working for me. Pivot for the swing arm. Swing arm pivots off of that same bolt. That bolt goes all the way through, connecting the swing arm and connecting the engine and the other part of the swing arm. So that's the pivot point that we'd be using for, of course, the soft option. That means we need to have a soft tail to this area here. So dotted line just shows you where it goes, and it will attach to this pivot area. In fact, if we go with this option, I will be cutting off the old swing arm, because this will all be fabricated for this purpose. And the only thing that will be left over is this joint here, because we can get the needle bearings and other bearings and stuff that need to go in to these little points on each side of the frame. So this is what the swing arm could possibly look like. I'm really not sure. We've got this red line here, which represents where the chain will be. This kind of helps me kind of see what kind of clearances we're going to have with the chain and with the parts of the frame. We've got some dotted orange lines here that show where bars, cross member bars, will go. This is existing. This orange here is the existing part of the frame. We've got a bar going across through here and through here on the existing frame. You remember, I chopped off the kickstand, the mount for the kickstand. So how am I going to park the bike in this particular scenario? And as you know, right here, where I've marked earlier in this episode, where we're going to be trimming it, right here is where one of the posts goes for the suspension. And if this is 3 inches back, how is this going to work? The idea that I had was that we would use air ride suspension. What am I going to do with the bike when I go park it if I don't have a kickstand? Well, I push a button and bam, there it goes. It lowers down to the ground on some pads that I will have fabricated on the bottom of the frame. So again, I go to park, lower it down. I go to drive off, away we go. Where do I put all the stuff? Now the other thing that I'm worried about is, okay, this tank right here. Now I can move this tank forward if I want to, up here. But see, this is the chain. Chain's getting awfully close. Mind you, when it's in this position, it's not moving anywhere. So I really don't have to worry too much about the chain, rubbing, sawing into something. because it's going to be resting down on it. However, I still don't want it touching stuff. And right here, this is getting pretty dang close right there. Ooh, it's getting really close, that bottom part of the chain. And this type of right of the chain is very close to that tank. What's the other options? The hard option basically stiffens up the back end. Most of you who are watching this know a lot about bikes and know that's what a hardtail is and a softtail is. So the hard option on this is that we take this post, we'll create a post that comes up here and will be mounted to this part right underneath the seat. We would weld this bottom part from this point. There's another post right here that goes across, and we'll take that all the way across. At about this particular point, take that up, and then we'll join those two, stiffen it with a single post coming down, so I don't have to worry too much about this chain. The chain will go either side of this bolt that will go through, that will still be used to hold the engine in. The battery box will sit right up in here, and it will be more central, so the chain will go on this side of that battery box. Again, the electronics box will be here. So with the hard option, that's cool, that's easy, but what about parking the bike? My kickstand is gone. With this option, the only thing I can think of is possibly having to fabricate a new post here for the kickstand. So we put the old kickstand back on, or we take and we create some sort of, using the air ride process again, take something that will cause it to lower a kickstand. So we have some hydraulics lowering a kickstand. Those are some of the things that I'm trying to think about in addressing this this build. How I'm going to handle that. I want it to look cool. I want it to be something that's different. There you go. The two options I'm looking at. Now it's up to you to help me pick which one. To leave your vote, all you need to do is go down below in the comments section and just say hard or soft for a hardtail or a softtail version. If you have any ideas that will help with the issues I was talking about with the clearance, or if we do the hardtail option, some other ideas of being able to create a kickstand type of solution to that, please put them in the comments as well. I'm interested to know what you guys think some of the solutions are. I really want to make this a one-of-a-kind bike, and with everybody who's watching and your ideas, we can make this thing look really good. We don't have any stickers to put on our sticker board, so Beatrice is up doing some homework like she should be, and so we'll leave it at that. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give us a like, share us with your friends, and comment. Give us a vote in your comments. Until next time, we'll see you later. Give us a vote, comment. And while you're at it, buy a Bigsy shirt. We'll do a different version.